Hey everybody, Richie Yip here with my friend and training partner, Stefan Kesting. This is the ultimate beginner's guide to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. With this, you can go and jump into any Brazilian Jiu Jitsu group class and have a strong understanding of what to expect. So firstly, what is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is a way for me to defend myself when I'm on my back and Stefan is standing up. Right? He is standing up and somehow we just wind up here. Maybe Stefan punched me and I fell. Maybe he took me down. Maybe I tripped, but jiu-jitsu starts here. I'm on my back and I have this 200-pound man standing over top of me. All right? So the thing is that, thank you, Stefan, when you first learn a martial art, what do you learn? Fight stance. Right? So if we were standing, so the very first thing that most people will learn is some type of a fight stance, right? That is not bad, Stefan. Right? So when you're learning a fight stance, that's great, but that presumes that you can get into your fight stance. What if I'm here, like this is now my fight stance? Now let's talk about a general principle of fighting. I always want something in between my face and Stefan's face. In this scenario, if Stefan, can you stand up again, please? It'll be my left hand. I'm here. It'll be my left hand, or if I'm all the way on my shoulder, it'll be my left foot. Maybe it could be my right foot or my right hand. But there's always something in between my face and his face. Here, there's nothing in between. You see how you can just go? Right? And paint the floor with my brains, right? We don't want that. It's the exact same thing if we were boxing. There's always something in between my nose and your nose, right? Generally, it'll be my right hand, it could be my left as well, right? But there's something in between. I don't want to box like this, all right? When we learn how to box, I'm just going to use a boxing analogy here, firstly, is what do we want to do? We want to control distance, right? So, Stefan, if we're standing, if we were boxing and I'm standing up, if I move back, see how Stefan moves in, right? If I move forward, right? So this is critical. So this is just footwork, but more than anything, it's management of distance. If Stefan does not move his feet, he stays right here, can he hit me? No, he can't, right? He needs to do what first? He needs to step in. And I need to step back in order to defend that. And that really is such a critical component to self-defense. It's a critical component to martial arts. And it's critical to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. But how do I move when I'm on my back? Well, let's just start off. Stefan's going to stay standing. I'm going to start here. Sometimes I call this the beach pose because I'm just like chilling at the beach. Right? Right hand is on the ground. One knee is down, the other knee is up. It's like I just rest my elbow on my knee. Pretty common. Everybody's probably done this, right? So I'm at the beach, but there's a couple of things I want to be aware of. The very first thing is that I want my hand facing Stefan, right? Something in between me and him, right? So my hand is up. I don't want my hand down where you can punch me in the face, right? So the next thing is, as Stefan can move his feet, he can move his right foot and his left foot. I got to think that my foot is my right hand. And my other foot is my hip. So as Stefan comes in, you see how I can move back. If he moves back, I can move in. Right? You see how my hip is my foot and my hand is my other foot? So this is my right hand, my right foot. This is my left foot. And you see how I can maintain mobility here. Right? If Stefan, can you move me around a little bit here? Stefan, he's coming around. If he's trying to move me around this way, maybe I can just switch my hand. Right? Sometimes that's a little bit easier, right? Than trying to go and trying to prevent him from circling around me. I just switch my other hand to my other hand. Now, clearly Stefan can move faster than me. Right? He's standing and I'm on my butt. But this is just the preliminary understanding. So if you're at home and you're about to go and try out a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu class tomorrow, and that's your very first class, practice doing this. Butt scooting. See how my feet looks like they're handcuffed together, they're tied together, my knees are far apart, and I'm able to go and move my hip. Now let's move on. Let's talk about how to stand up. Standing up and being able to go and fight Stefan on equal terms and being able to go and stand up is the primary purpose of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I always want to be able to get in my car and go home. Always. If I'm at a dinner party and like the conversation is going in a direction that I really don't feel comfortable with, and I feel really awkward and I can't contribute, and I'm just like, oh, you know what? My social anxiety is taking over and I'm just going to go home. I want to be able to just go home, right? Nothing's stopping me. I get in my car and I go home, right? If I can't just get in my car and go home, what does that mean? It means that I have this 200-pound man standing over top of me, and I need jiu-jitsu. I need a set of techniques for me to do this intelligently and safely. I can't just get up. If I just get up, he's just gonna go and punch me, right? He's gonna hit me, he's gonna knee me, he's gonna grab my neck and try to pull my head off of my shoulders. So I need an intelligent way to stand up. Firstly, my hand is up. My right hand is on the ground. I lift up my hip. I bring my knee as far away from my other foot as possible. My feet are far apart. And then I drive up. The problem is, Stefan isn't just going to let me stand up, right? He's going to try and put his weight on me. He's going to maybe try and hit me. We'll deal with that shortly. But for the time being, I want us to think that Stefan's coming in and he's being heavy on me. So I have to use my forearm, my elbow to keep him away from me. And you see how my hand is keeping me up. And then instead of my hand keeping me up, it'll be my knee and then my foot, and then I can stand up, right? But I can't just stand up. I have somebody resisting that, right? So the understanding is that I always want to be able to get up, right? I'm on my back, whatever. I want to be able to go and just get in my car, right? If somebody's being aggressive to me, right? I'm on Main Street. If somebody's being aggressive to me, I'm like, oh, okay, looks like you're having a bad day. I want to get into my car and go home. But if I can't, for whatever reason, I'm on my back, somebody's over top of me, then I need jiu-jitsu, all right? So I want to be able to do this with Stefan if there's movement, right? Like he's maybe moving me around with some footwork, and then when I feel safe, maybe I need to use my right foot as a little kick just to keep him away, keep him nervous, and then from here, that I can stand up. Look at my hand. See how it's always up? Something in between my nose and Stefan's nose, and then I can stand up. So he's moving me around a little bit. Maybe a little kick, just to keep him at bay. But look at the mistake. Oh, man. See, he's just going to go and pick me up and freight train me, right? We don't want that. There's always got to be something in between me and Stefan as I go and stand up. So that is a technical way to stand up, and it's called the technical stand-up. Now, let's move on from the hand down to the elbow. So maybe I'm just way too close to Stefan. Maybe this is where we just wound up and I'm on my elbow. I want to be able to go and move around with Stefan even if I'm on my elbow. It's the exact same thing as before. My elbow is my right foot and my hip is my left foot. I move my elbow, I move my hip, I move my elbow, I move my hip. There's always got to be something in between me and Stefan. Now what I want to try and do is I want to find an appropriate distance. Maybe I'm using that kick here to keep Stefan away. When I feel confident, from here maybe I'll pop back up to my hand. Maybe I have to go get a little bit more distance. And then when I'm here, I keep my hand extended so that way Stefan can't crash into me. I'm doing the Kylo Ren here. I'm on my knee. I'm on the ball of my foot. And then I can stand up. And if I'm fast enough, maybe I can just run away and get back into my car immediately, right? So I want to be able to do this not only on my hand, but I want to be able to do this on my elbow.